And for more on the Wildcats, Kevin Sumlin joins us here on Pac-12 Network. Coach, appreciate you giving us a couple minutes here. I know it's an exciting time if you're a Wildcats fan. Before we even get to some of the players and some of the new guys that we're going to see on the football field, I know a lot of different players, they go through the evaluation process with goals and aspirations of playing in the NFL. Khalil Tate, one of those guys, but he's going to be back on campus with you. How big is that for this program?
Well, it's big. I mean, you know, you get to any point in a program, you're recruiting guys to come in, and then you're giving guys at the end of their career really the information that they need. And I think, you know, throughout the process, you know, I talked to Khalil yesterday, really talked about the NFL evaluation process, and you know, without going in depth in that, you know, he's excited to be coming back. He's excited to work on things to get better and to lead this football team.
Coach, it was such a unique circumstance last year with the early signing period and the timing of you becoming the next head coach at Arizona. So now with this first class, you go and get a quarterback that you've known for a long time in Grant Gunnell. Him, Boobie Curry, what do those two guys do for this program and you specifically on the offensive side?
Well, obviously, you know, we had relationships with them, with Grant and Boobie, and it doesn't hurt, you know, that Grant's the all-time leading passer in the history of the state of Texas, and the guy he throws the ball to is, you know, that helps also. So they've got that relationship. They were really close. They still are close, and you know, they've been teammates, and they're looking forward to playing together.
Another wide receiver to me is one of the sneakiest players in this entire conference, in Jalen Johnson, getting out of him out of Corona, California. What do you like about him adding to that receiving core for you guys?
Well, Jalen's a guy that, you know, we saw him in the satellite camps last year up in Northern California, and was a dominant player in that camp, and one of those guys that, you know, I didn't know who he was until we got to that camp. Ran by people, 6'3", can jump, high point the ball, track guy, just really, really happy with his athleticism and size.
I think, you know, fans, when they watch recruiting, of course, we're just all scrolling Twitter. What's happening? Where's the kid going? Where are they not going? And late, you guys get Bobby Wolf, a one-time committed at another institution. How does that work? How do you get a guy to make that turn and paint the picture of the campus that he'll eventually come to in the secondary?
Well, let me just tell you, I had a bunch of guys that signed today that there are other people doing that too for the last 2 days. So it's not just us. You know, everybody's recruiting guys, and it's not necessarily about stars. What it's about is fit for your program and evaluation. And so, you know, you evaluate guys. Sometimes those guys get 4 or 5 stars. Sometimes those guys get 2. And those relationships become important. And you know what, if he can fit in your scheme and on your campus. And like I said, you know, he's a guy that we developed a relationship with early. I think that mattered throughout the recruiting process.
It's abundantly clear that your success in previous places like the A&M, for example, and the recruiting and the relationships that you have there is now carried over into Tucson. So looking forward to seeing the product on the field this upcoming season. Coach, congrats on the class and wishing nothing but the best moving forward.
All right, thanks for having me.